Okay, welcome to the Ultra High Net Worth Clients Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Broadhead. Today's incredible business owner guest is Tarun Aleti. Tarun, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Hey, Chris. First of all, thanks for having me in your podcast.
My
My
pleasure.
name is Tarun. I'm co-founder of Partner. We are building a marketplace for logistics, mainly focusing on the big and bulky. So you can think of something which needs palletized goods or needs bigger vehicles or special training of drivers or any equipment on the vehicle. That's what kind of comes into it. Yeah, more or less that's my introduction. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool, man. So big and bulky. For first, like, how did you decide on this industry, and how did you decide this was the service you wanted to focus on?
So the problem statement kind of evolved, to be honest. Like initially, we were mainly focused on the constructions area, right? Which are kind of heavy stuff. Like, hey, how do you move your refrigerator or HVAC units? How you move your electric material, right? It kind of started there, and then we learned in this process that hey, this category itself is called big and bulky, and then we started becoming a bit more industry agnostic, and now we focus on retail, anything, right? Retail and construction is our go-to sector. But electronics, any company that needs the three things which I mentioned, we are up for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And um you're headquartered in Austin, Texas. How has that impacted the company, and why was that necessary to live or to
Yeah. So
locate there?
company is still headquartered in Austin, Texas, but currently our market is in Mexico. So
Mexico.
yeah, most of our operations are in Mexico, but the headquarters is still here. The founders are here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Why Mexico?
So we had a like we are venture back company. So as part of that investment, we had to open Mexico market, and as of now, it's just the product market fit and everything is much stronger in Mexico. So we are mainly focusing on that growing segment of the market.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
What parts of Mexico?
No, so we are live in like 12 states. So throughout, like I expanded already throughout Mexico. But our regional office is in Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are those markets growing really fast? Is there a reason that you fit really
Yeah.
well for
So
those markets?
definitely, I think compared to US, definitely had a much stronger growth. Um, I think last 1 year we were more focused on like reaching the profitability and all. So, uh, but overall, I think we find the unit economics and like being the first mover advantage, like a lot of positives about Mexico and what we are up to there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's it like doing business in Mexico?
It's different. I think, right? It's definitely US, right? I think the culture is different. The learning, the technology is also different, right? In a way, because Mexico, you're dealing with like the internet is not that good, to be honest, in all pockets of the city itself. So you need to build tech solutions that are scalable at that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think those were the two main challenges is what I found.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Um, so what is what's like the main service? Like I understand big and bulky, but like what does that mean for someone who doesn't understand your industry?
Yeah, see, the way we think about it is like, in real world, like, every product that has been moved to a truck, right? Like truck for a vehicle is kind of reaching your home, right? You mainly buy from like a manufacturer or a supplier, or like, the manufacturer kind of sends it in retail, or you're getting it from retail stores, most of this thing, right? But they at the end of the day, they're trying to move the stuff and you need trucks for that, right? And that's where we kind of come in. I think when you look at small boxes of stuff, like you can always Uber it, right? I think that is kind of pretty standardized, a lot of solutions for that. But as you move towards heavier stuff, then it becomes very expensive or it becomes very niche market. And that's where we are trying to create like a common marketplace where the businesses, it's a B2B sale, right? Where the businesses can rely upon partner as a trusted service provider.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's you're delivering big and bulky parts for construction that wouldn't fit in any size Uber. Am I understanding correctly?
Fair enough. Like it wouldn't have fit into like a sedan, right? You would need like a vans or you need like here in Mexico, they call it camions. So it's almost similar to 16-foot, 24-foot truck. Or sometimes you need a flatbed. You need like special equipment, like you need straps, like, so the people who are like, they need to know how to use it, right? Like any random Uber driver can't just show up and like, hey, I know how to do it. Yeah. So that's what
Mhm.
makes it extremely difficult. So we mainly work with fleets because they tend to be in this space. They know their work around. So we enable fleets to grow faster. The small owner operators can bring in 2 more drivers, 3 more drivers grow, or even small fleets are able to grow bigger. But at the same time, for customers, instead of working with like 20, 30 fleets every day, they work with like one provider like Partner, and we kind of take care of everything.
Okay, so who do you have any direct competitors?
Oh, yes. I think there is a lot of competition in this space. But I would say logistics in general is a very old business, right? Like, it's been there for like 2 decades. No, sorry, 2 centuries. My bad.
Yes.
It's been 2 centuries, right? It evolved over a period of time, definitely, correct? I think post Uber, there is a lot of push for like on demand, same day, faster deliveries, right? Um, so within the big and bulky, there is actually very, very less competition, especially in the Mexico and Latam space.
Hmm.
Um, so I think that's really puts us in a very strong advantageous position. But in general, any company that is doing like a small parcel could eventually move into a big and bulk, right? It needs different skill sets and all. So there's always like that indirect competition. And then you're always like fighting with like the UPS of the world, USPS, like the FedEx of the world. They
Hmm.
cannot provide different offering to what we are doing, but they're always like, fighting that market share with them.
Hmm. Okay. So just to clarify my understanding of what you guys do, um, are you shipping the big and bulky construction equipment like from site to site or from an airplane to the construction site? Or like you're not shipping it across like state lines or country lines, right?
No, not across country. It's all last middle mile, sometimes like the first mile too.
Mhm.
So it's mainly depends. Like sometimes it's from the supplier place, wherever the retail store is, and we take it to another construction site. Or sometimes it could be residence, right? It could be home residence, wherever the need is.
Okay.
So we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have strict boundaries on the pickup points and destination points. The way we do it is we call them route, right? It's up to
Mhm.
the like customer of us to decide like how we want to do the route, but we mainly provide the driver and the vehicle who can make that happen.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
So the driver is part of the service.
Yes, exactly. So it's like a tech service. So you have the driver and the vehicle, right? Like he needs to have whatever vehicle is required to make that move. If the vehicle needs some special equipment, we make sure that it's all vetted. If the driver needs to go through some background checks or some previous verification or training, we all make that happen.
Hmm.
So, and we are talking about like not like a ad hoc, like one route here and there, right? We're talking about like when we work with the customer, they're giving us like almost like 50 routes per day. Like, we have like 40 to 50 drivers who are showing up every day to their warehouses to do this route. Like, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. And then are the drivers is it sort of like an Uber situation or are they employees and you guys own the trucks or how does that work?
So we are a marketplace, so we don't own any of these fleets. We are kind of a provider, right? So in that way, it's a very Uber kind of a model. Um, so we take a cut. We take a cut on the transaction, and we pay the fleets or the independent drivers we work with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. So Uber for big and bulky.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Are there a lot of trucks and drivers for big and bulky that like there's a big enough network?
Yes. So it's a good question, right? So as of today, we are actually mainly plugging into the existing network. But as part of our growth, we also see with all the intelligence that we have built to build a seamless experience where a rookie can also do it as well as like an experienced guy, right? But today we are mainly relying upon the experience of the fleets that have done it in India. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you get the word out about Partfinder to these providers?
On the customer front, there are like multiple ways in which we try to acquire. One is the LinkedIn, like, like marketing, like, online marketing.
Mm.
Second is a lot of relation introductions that happen in Mexico.
Mhm.
Okay. Like, and third is like, mainly we have like key account managers and sales people, right? It's mostly like in-person sales. Like, you knock the door and you see what. So you kind of show up in these warehouses and you see if you can build any relation like ground up. On the driver side, it's mainly through Facebook and word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. Is it harder to find drivers or harder to find customers?
I think it's a balance. I
Yeah.
think like when you find that customer, you need to have enough drivers to make that win, right? If not, we end
Mhm.
up earning the relation and it kind of costs. So at one point, we kind of focused too much on bringing new sales, and we felt like our operations didn't live up to it, right? So we were burning a lot of these relations, and we took a very strategic decision to like, hey, let's focus mainly on operations, build a scalable machine.
Mhm.
That's what we kind of did, and now we are actually back into like new sales and stuff. It's a balance. It's always a balance because if you overdo one, you end up burning relationship with the other. So you always have to like bring few,
Yes.
bring.
That's cool. And are most of your customers, are they commercial or residential or kind of an even mix?
It's all enterprise, national, retail, like Amazon, Walmart, OXXO, like 7-Eleven of Mexico, right? Amazon competitors in Mexico, like like
So it's
all
all
retail.
commercial?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Um, and then is there like a common thing or like a object that is most commonly uh shipped by you guys, like a giant air conditioner
Yeah.
unit or hot tub or
Uh, so today, like we don't really have that insight in terms of product that is getting moved. It's really
yeah.
vehicle types, and our sweet spot is the 1.5 to 3.5 trucks. These are called camiones in Mexico. That is also
Yeah.
that customers find it very difficult to find it out in the market, and that's where partner comes in.
Mhm. Okay. Awesome. And are you located in Austin or where are
I live
you
in
located?
Austin. My other founder also lives in Austin. But as of now, the team, because of the operations, majority of the team within me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The tech team is remote. But it's kind of a global operation team that's happening right now.
Yeah. That's cool. How's your Spanish coming along?
Yeah. So it's tough. I wouldn't say it's been easy. I felt like I made a good progress for a while, but as soon as I had to get into the grammar part, it became tough. Like I was always
Oh
talking
man.
present tense, and then it became very challenging, right?
Past
Good
tense is
food.
impossible, man. It's like a
Yeah.
different language.
Yeah. Moving fences was the biggest. I'm not able to break that barrier. Like Yes. Doesn't.
Yeah. We're just
Well,
always in the moment.
yeah. But to be honest, with the AI, like I'm really looking forward for the Google, the speech translator they have. Like, I already subscribed for it, but it's not enabled yet on my account.
Oh, yeah.
It would be like a game changer in this, like, cross culture communication. Like, all you have to
Yeah.
be like a game changer for me too.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be awesome. I feel your pain, Tarun. I live in Spain. I live in Barcelona, Spain. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So how do you like, you're good? You have picked up enough or?
No, I'm terrible. I only have time to work. I don't have my work's in English, so it's like
Yeah.
Spanish is like a luxury. But I will learn it eventually.
I think
Yeah.
especially if you live, though I live in Austin, like it's a bit difficult, but whenever I go to Mexico, I feel like your ear picks it up, like the sounds, like the sounds become like common, like, you hear it, and the point you're able to somehow grasp. Like, but if you're in
Yeah.
a place, it generally helps, trust me, like compared to just listening in meetings, but if you're living in that area, I think it always makes huge difference.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree with you. Awesome. Tarun. All right. I have one final question for you. It's an
Okay.
open-ended question. You can take it in any direction that you like. And the
Okay.
question is, what are you working towards?
Okay. It's a big question. So
Yeah.
I think we are really working towards building the biggest marketplace for big and bulky logistics, not just
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, in throughout LATAM, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
our near-term focus. Um, I think we just got started. We did like 6 million gross last year. We are on track to do like 9 to 10 gross. We are trying to do some small round of fundraising right now. So yeah, I think all good things are in track. Like we did our biggest month actually this May, like just few weeks.
Whoa, congrats.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, I think it's really like double down, like you said like I said, on the new sales. Like that's our next big challenge. How do we unlock? And with the AI coming in, like how do we continuously automate or like bring additional value so that we keep bringing distance from the next person who could enter this market. Right?
Mhm.
Being the first in the market, I think that's our biggest advantage right now. To keep adding enough differentiator so that uh, even if someone enters this space, we are very far.
Mhm. Yeah, you're already too established to
Yes.
overcome. Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, this is you seem to just do everything so effortlessly and just like insane growth and market penetration. It's really inspiring and cool, Turin. So,
Yeah, I mean, thanks for it. I mean, it's not just my own thing; it's the whole team's effort.
yeah.
I think especially in this logistics, it's like it can never be a one man army, right? Even if you have technology, it's like a lot of moving pieces and everything needs to come together. But yeah, we have a lot of hardworking, like know-how part in the team. So yeah, I'm really excited about coming few years. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Where can my audience find out more about you?
So they can always reach out to me in LinkedIn, partner.com site. They can go and reach out to us. I think these two should be the quickest way to us. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, awesome. We will link to all of those in the show notes. Tarun, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and my audience. You're an awesome dude, and your enthusiasm shines through, and we'll be excited to keep watching your journey towards the stratosphere.
So, thanks for your words, and yeah, all the best for you to everything that you've been up to. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And to our listeners out there, thanks so much for tuning in and keep on growing out there, everybody.